Hello guys, welcome to my kitchen. This is my first YouTube video, so be patient. If something doesn't work out fine, please still look at the content, not on my accent or if there is some discrepancy. And anyway, if you have any suggestion to help me improve this channel, please comment down below. So today I'm gonna show you how I make turkey polpette, which someone may call meatball, but actually meatball, for what is my understanding, they normally serve in a tomato sauce or eventually in a sauce. Those are instead like cooked or pan fried in a cast iron and then baked later. And so first of all, preheat the oven at 350 Fahrenheit, and then we start with the ingredients. I have 1.5 pound of ground turkey, half an onion, white onion, 1 clove of garlic, and 1/3 of Greek yogurt, homemade, 1 cup of breadcrumb, half a pound of low moisture mozzarella, 1 egg, and then the flavoring you like. In my case, since I have those herbs at home and I love fresh herbs, it's something I can't live without. I have some parsley, some sage, and some rosemary, and they are delicious. But if you don't have fresh herbs and in your pantry there is like dry spices, you can still use them. Use cumin, coriander, lemon zest, chili, paprika, whatever you like. It goes very well with almost anything. So we go on and we saute those onion and garlic put together with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and we go ahead on low heat, and we keep cooking them until they get nice and golden like that. Don't put any salt and pepper, we're gonna add them later, so there is no need to put them right now. Let them chill a second and then add them to the meat and give a little bit of a stir just to make sure they are folding like so. And voila. If you're able to handle the spatula better than me, I'm sure you can do a better job. There we go. You just fold it in a second and set aside. Now we're gonna take care of the herbs. So when you take care of herbs like this, don't chop in stems like you may see in some other video. Don't do it. It's not pleasant in the final product to bite into them. So you just like pick the parsley leaves, pick the sage, pick the rosemary, and then, as a very famous chef always say, you just roll the herbs as a cigar. Actually, comment down below. This will be the first comment. If you know whose chefs I'm referring to, please let me know downstairs. We'll see who gets it first. And you roll up the herbs like a cigar and you chop and chop and chop them like that, like so. Be very careful, always use a sharp knife, don't cut yourself, and then you dump them in. You don't need to mix it right now. You just add the 1/3 of a cup of Greek yogurt that is homemade, 1/3 of a cup of that breadcrumb as well. If you think that after we add the eggs there is too much moisture in there, you may add some more breadcrumb. Normally you don't need it, but just in case, you never know what kind of turkey you're able to get. So be generous with the salt and pepper. After all, has to be nice and seasoned. And now you can start stirring it. And you may think that I forgot the eggs, but actually I didn't. I always, when I make meatloaf, polpette, or meatball, put the egg at the end, and I noticed that comes out way better. And many times I've done it also in restaurants. It just works better that way. But actually, I don't know what is the reason behind it. If there is a scientific reason, I don't know that. And so you make a wheel in the center of the meat, you crack the egg, and you beat the egg a little bit before start folding the meat in, and there we go. So we're folding the meat, and when it is nicely and evenly mixed, that's how it's done. So now it comes down to portion the polpette. Oh no, we are cutting the mozzarella right now. So we are cutting the mozzarella, sorry about it. And so we're gonna have to cut like 24-25 dices, because those are the amount of meatball that we are gonna be able to obtain out of that meat. And that's that strip of mozzarella on the left, that's too much, so I ate it. So we set the mozzarella aside and we go ahead. I use a 1 ounce scoop, ice cream scoop, to portion the meatball. This is the in my opinion, the best way to go when you have to portion meatball. Or in the future I'm gonna do falafel as well. I'm gonna show you how to do falafel as well. That's the same portion that I use. I don't have a falafel portion and I still use this and it's great. Same thing for tortillas. When I make tortillas, I just use a 1 ounce scoop like that, make nice and smaller tortilla, delicious. But this is the best way to portion meatball. Anyway, so this is how I go. As you can see on the left low there, I have a small bowl with cold water. I'm sorry that I couldn't get center right while the camera right now, but I mean, I learn in the future how to do a better job. And so with my left hand, I grab the meat. My left hand is wet. And then with both of hands, I stick in the mozzarella and I roll it. And only with my right hand, I go and dredge the polpetta with the breadcrumb. And this is how I do. And then I roll it in there. Rolling it like that has two effects. The first one is to let go if there is too much breadcrumb, and the second one is to keep the polpetta nice and roundy. As you can see, I roll it even now. In the meantime, as you can see, my left hand is always in the cold water, so the meat doesn't stick to my hand when I grab it. And there we go. I roll it and it's still nice and round. It's beautiful. Look at that. And there we go. We have all the polpette portion, and the leftover breadcrumb, don't use it for other purposes. There is turkey in there. You could have cross-contamination. You don't want to have to do that. It's just like you just like put it on top of the other polpette. It will help to make a nice and thicker crust on it and crispier, and just leave them rest in the refrigerator for half an hour. In the meantime, I have a 12 inches cast iron skillet, and I put it on the heat, on medium heat with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and I think those are 24 or 25. You can count them. We'll see who gets it. You can comment on there. Look at that. If you think they're 24, let me know, and we'll see who gets them first. And then when you put them down, just press them gently a little bit with your hand, so they make a nice and flat surface on the bottom where they're gonna get golden. And as you can see there, they get beautifully golden on the bottom. When they are ready, you turn them around again, and you, with the back of the spoon, you just press them down a second, a little bit gently, don't break them, and they are gonna get a nice flat surface on both sides. They are gonna be very nicely and golden. As I said before, you need the oven, and my oven is preheated at 350 Fahrenheit. And as soon as I flip them around again and they are nice and golden, just like pop them in the oven for 7 to 8 minutes. As you can see, I separate the polpette a little bit. Look at that. There we go, a little bit better, so the heat can go through all of them. Put them in the oven, and there we go. This is after 7 minutes how they look like. I have a thermometer, I check them inside. They are 165 Fahrenheit, which is the right temperature for poultry, and the mozzarella is beautiful. At this point, I'm very impatient and I'm not very familiar with cameras and how to film myself while I'm cooking, and like everything is falling on my hand because they are so hot. But I wanted to show you how the mozzarella is, and since that was ruined and I wanted to play them, I ruined it and I ate them, and then someone else in my house ate also this one. And so at the end, later on, I'll be able to show you, and to get that I have to cut it with a knife to show you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is how they look like. I guarantee you they are delicious. They smell awesome. And if you like it, please subscribe to the channel. I have many other videos that I want to do, many other ideas, and comment if you have any other ideas to improve my channel. Like the video and try this recipe because it's very good, and I guarantee you it is very well worth it, the effort to put in. Okay, see you in the next one. Enjoy those polpette and have a good one. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.